Hello everybody, in this video today I will be showing you how to solve a Rubik's Cube like this one, a 3 by 3, not a 4 by 4, 5 by 5, 6 by 6, or up, not a 2 by 2 or a 1 by 1. Try not to use the 3 by 3 method on a 2 by 2. My friend does it and it sucks. But let's get into the tutorial. I will be using this cube, not a stickerless one, because this is what most of your cubes would look like. So most of the time, the first step people would teach you is to make the daisy. So you want to get all these white edge pieces to be by the yellow center. I have 2 right here, but I will show you what happens if you have none. So if you have none, it'll just look like this. And if you have one that's like this, connected to any center with the color, you can move it up so that white's by there. Then you can continue to the next one. If you have one like this, where if you move it up, it's not up, you want to move it over to an unsolved area, so there's nothing right here. Then you want to move it down to there and move it back up from this. What this does is it goes from this, connects the color to a center, and then you can bring it up into the yellow center. This one, we can move the top layer, and then this one's connected to the center without messing up this, because if I did this, that would be messed up. If you want to move it over, connect it to a center, move it up. And the last one, you can do the exact same principle, but if it's on the bottom here, it'll be a bit different. So if it's on the bottom, you want to move it to under the unsolved center. If it's normal and it connects to the center, then you could just move it up like this, but in this situation it's not, because that's not going to connect white to yellow. So you want to move the top layer over, move this over to connect to a center, move it up, then you can move this one back in, and there's the daisy. The next step is to get the white cross. This step is the easiest step in this whole tutorial. It shouldn't be very hard, and you should get it very fast. So you want to look and see if any of your colors match up with the same center. So right here, we have the orange and orange. These 2 oranges connect to each other, so you can move that down 2 times to get to the white center. You want to do the same thing, and if you need to move the top, you can move the top. So now this is connected red to red, so I can move that down. Green to green, move that down. Blue, I have to move over. Blue to blue, move that down. And there is your white cross right here. The next step is going to be inserting the corners. So we're going to find a corner in the top layer. It doesn't matter what side's facing up or what side's not. You just have to get it in the top layer. I will show you how to get it into the top layer if you have any in the bottom layer later. But to start, you want to look for them in the top layer. So this one is blue and red. The blue and red have to go to the respective blue and red center, so they have to go in between these 2 right here. So I can go ahead and move it over since it's in the top, and this color has to be white. You can't use a blue, red, and yellow. You have to use a blue, red, and white, because white's going to be on the bottom. Then you want to do these 4 moves if the white is going to the right side when you put one side in front of you to the top right. That's where you want to place it. You want to put it in the top right. Hold it like this, and then if the white's facing to the right, you want to do these 4 moves. But if it's facing, say, to the top, you want to do those 4 moves 3 times. Then it'll be inserted. But if it is facing towards you, then you want to turn the cube, put it on the left side, and then do these 4 moves. And if you do that, then you'll have the center. Do that with the rest of your centers. Put it over the 2 centers. Green, red, they connect, go right here. It's facing towards me, it's facing to the left, put it in. Find another one, this one, blue, orange right here. So it goes here, do it 3 times. Okay, and now you can see this one is in the bottom layer. How to get it out is you just do those 4 moves with it in the bottom right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you'll have one of the 3 different cases that I showed you earlier. And there you go. If you're wondering what this does, it moves it over so that this can connect to this. So here's how to think of it. You want to move the elevator up. Here's the elevator. You want to move it up. Then this is the passenger. You want to get the passenger into the elevator, and you can move the elevator down so that the passenger gets into the correct store. And that's how to get the first layer. Now that you've done the first layer, where you have all of these colors matching with their respective centers, so you have all the blue with the blue, all the red with the red, all the green with the green, and all the orange with the orange, the next step will be doing the first 2 layers, where you have all of these sections solved as well. You want to find an edge piece that has no yellow on it. I found one right here. It's green and orange. You want to put it in the green and orange area, and you want to see what color's on the bottom. Whatever color's on the bottom, you want to match it up with the center. So this is matched up with green because green's on the bottom, not like this because that's not matching, like this because that's matching. Then you want to move it away from the corner slot that it goes into. So orange and green, they go right here, so it needs to go right here. So you want to move it away from here. So you want to move it this way. Then you will do the 4 moves, and then turn the cube, and then insert this corner again. And then you will have this set up. Some cases will be a bit different. So right here, we have the red, green. Put it over one of them. It's now green on the bottom, so we have to move it over the green, move it away. But if you have to move it, if the other color is on the left and it's connecting to the color on the right, you want to move it away from its slot, and then do these 4 moves. And then you can turn the cube and insert this corner like normal. Then you want to do that with the rest of the corners. But some cases you might find this, where they're in the slots. A very specific way to get these out is you want to do the 4 moves to take the corner out. Move the corner towards the side that matches this. So not this way because the blue is on top, not over here. Towards the red because the red is matching with the red. Then you want to move it down like that. Then you can move this piece away, and you can move it back up, and then you can insert the corner again. And now you can see this piece is out of this slot. Then we can match it up, move it away from its insert slot. Do that, and then the last one is in the last layer. If the other one's still in the slot, then you can just do the moves I told you earlier. So we're gonna put it over one, not there, because it's matching up. Move it away. 4 moves, since it's going to the left. Insert the corner. Now you have the first 2 layers. Now that you have the first 2 layers, where all of these are solved into their correct spots, we are gonna get the yellow cross. This should be very simple and very easy. Almost as easy as the white cross, just a bit differently. So as you can see, these all are facing down, forcing it to be a single dot. Here's the cases. If you have a dot, you want to move the front to the right, like that. Do the sexy move with 4 moves, then move the front back. Then you will have this little L shape. If you have the L shape, right here, this edge, and then the center. These corners don't matter. Corners don't matter in this case. You want to put it in the top left so that there's an empty core there in the top left. Then you want to do the same thing, front to the right. 4 moves. Then move the front back. If you have a line, you want it to be horizontal like this, not vertical. Horizontal. If it's vertical, you can either rotate the cube to make it horizontal or just move the top layer. Then you want to move the front to the right. Do your 4 moves. Move the front back, and then you'll have your yellow cross. Now that you have your yellow cross, you want to get all these centers to match up. So we're going to start by trying to see if 2 centers match. None of the centers match, so we can move it to connect it. Oh, there we go. We have 2 centers, and these 2 are not matched. If you don't have any centers matching, you can perform the algorithm I'm about to do, and then you can use that to get your centers to match like this. They need to be connecting like this, and you want to put one in the back, one on the right side. Then you want to do this move. And that will get you to have all of your centers done. Now that you have your centers all matching, we are going to get all of the corners into the right spot so you can do the last step. So to start, you want to find a corner that's in the correct spot without discontinuing these centers and ruining them like that. Right now I have 0, which is fine. And these are the moves you want to do. If you have 0, you want to do that. So you want to start moving the top to the left, the right side up. This way, disconnecting that, left side up, reconnecting that, right side down, reconnecting this, and moving that down. And then you should have a corner into the correct spot. I have one right here because it's blue and orange, and then there's blue and orange. It doesn't matter if it's orientated correctly. The yellow can be on any face. It doesn't have to be like this. It can be any way. It just has to have the 2 colors into the right slot. Once you find that, you want to put it in the top right, and then you want to do the same moves. And then you should have all of the corners into the correct spot. The next step is a bit different. You want to turn the cube upside down so the white side's on top. Find one of these corners and put it in the bottom right. You want to do the 4 moves until that corner is inserted. So right now you can see the yellow is on the bottom and this corner has now been inserted. Then you want to move the bottom layer to find another one. You don't want to move the whole cube. You want to move the bottom layer. Then you want to do the same thing with the 4 moves. Repeat it until the yellow is on the bottom. Move the bottom, do the 4 moves till the yellow is on the bottom. And then in this situation, you can just move 1 layer to get it done. Sometimes it'll already be finished. Sometimes you'll have to move 1 move. But that is the beginner's method. Any questions, just ask me in the comments. I will respond to you. And if you were wanting to solve a Rubik's Cube tutorial, I hope this helped. And as a bonus, here's a checkerboard for you. Enjoy.